Hi Flutes, it's Victoria, and this week we're going to be learning our 5-note concert B-flat scale. Just to review, that means we are only going to be learning the first 5 notes of that major scale. Alright, so without further ado, let's get to it. So the first thing we always want to do, if you remember from last time, is look at the key signature. If you look at the key signature for a B-flat major scale, it says that there are 2 flats, B-flat and E-flat. That means whenever you see a B or an E, which is a B is a note that is on the line that's in the middle. It's the third line from the bottom. Or an E, which is the top space on the staff. So if you look at all the spaces in between the lines, you count from the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4. It's also the top space. Those notes are going to be the flat version of that note. All right? So here's how this is going to work. We're going to learn our fingerings together first. I'm going to help you break it up so that we can learn it easily, and then we're all going to play it together. All right? So the very first note is a B flat. You have to press down your thumb lever in the back, your pointer finger on your left hand, your pointer finger on your right hand, and your pinky on your right hand. All right? I will play you a B flat. I'll let you review the fingering, and then we'll play it together. All right? Play it with me. Great. That was a B flat. Now, the next note we have is a C. All right? So, the next note, we're going to lift up our thumb on our left hand and our pointer finger on our right hand. So we have a B flat, and we're moving to a C. B flat, C. Make sure you're moving your fingers together at the same time. Here's a C. Get your fingering ready. Let's play it together. Great. Now, we play from a C to a D. So, to get from a C to a D, we have a C like this, and then we're going to put down our thumb, put down our middle finger and ring finger on our left hand, and we're going to lift up our pointer finger. And then we have 1, 2, 3 on our right hand. So pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger on our right hand, and our pinky is up. So we have a C to D. Now, I know that one can be confusing because there are a lot of fingers moving, so feel free to pause it and go back and review that fingering. But once you've got it, this is what it sounds like. All right, let's play it together. Great. Now, to get from a D to an E flat is really easy. We are just going to put down our pinky on our right hand. So we have a D and then an E flat. All right? Make sure this pointer finger is up when you're playing your middle Ds and E flats. Okay? Here's an E flat. Play it together. Great. Next, we have an F. So to get from E flat to F, we are going to put down our pointer finger on our left hand, and then we're going to lift up our middle and ring fingers on our right hand. So we have E flat, F. Those fingers all move at the same time. Remember that. E flat, F. Here's an F. All right, let's play it together. Great. And now I'm just going to show you the fingerings on the way down. They are exactly the same. So we have F, and then we're moving to E flat. So we're lifting up our pointer finger on our left hand and putting down our middle finger and ring finger on our right hand. So F, E flat. Practice that a few times. And then when you're ready, we're going to go down to a D. So we are lifting up our pinky on our right hand. So E flat, D. And then to get to a C, we are going to, the only fingers that are going to be down are your pointer finger on your left hand and your pinky on your right hand. So everything else comes up. You are switching all of your fingers. That's the way I like to think about it. So we have D, C, and then we have B flat. So we are putting down our thumb in the back and putting down our pointer finger on our right hand. So C, D, all right? Or sorry, C, B flat. I'm going backwards. Okay, so let me play you this entire scale as an example, and then we'll break it down, okay? So just listen once. I'm gonna count off and you're gonna tap your foot along, okay? 1, 2, ready. Great. So now let's break this scale apart. If you're not ready, be sure to go back and review all of the notes, and then when you're ready, you can come to this part. I'm going to play the scale ascending first. That means I'm only going to play the first 5 notes. I'm going to be playing B flat, C, D, E flat, and F. Let me play you this as an example. 1, 2, ready. Awesome. And just reminding you, they're all quarter notes, just like it's written in the example. After this, we're going to practice this as half notes. Okay? So first, we'll play it as quarter notes. Review that, go back and listen if you need to. And when you're ready, let's play the first 5 notes together. Take a nice big breath while I'm counting you in it, and be sure to tap your foot. 1, 2, ready. Great. And now I want to play the last 4 notes. So I'm going to be playing E flat, D, C, and then B flat. All right? I'm going to play you this once as an example. And I'm going to slur these notes. So I'm only using 1 breath. 1, 2, ready. All right. Note that the last note, I held that out for 4 beats because it is written as a whole note. All right? So pause and review if you need to, but when you're ready, come back and we'll play this together. I'm going to count you in. 1, 2, ready. Awesome. So feel free to pause and review those chunks again, but whenever you're ready, we're going to play the whole thing as written. So the first measure to review is all tongued notes, and then the second and third measure are all slurred, meaning I want you to try to take a really big breath at the beginning so that you can play all of this through together. Okay? Let's do this together. 1, 2, ready. Awesome. So, if you would like to go back and review that, feel free to. But I'm going to give you a fun exercise. So, different ways to practice scales are by playing them in different rhythms. Last time we played the scale in 8th notes, I believe, but this time I would like to play them as longer note values so we can focus on having a pretty and connected sound. Okay? So, each note will get 2 beats. The last note, we will also give that 2 beats for now. We won't play it as a whole note, all right? So let me play you an example. So I would like you to count off with me and tap your foot or snap your fingers while I'm playing. I'll bob up and down a little bit. That way you can feel the tempo in your body. And as you're feeling this tempo, you can count that each note gets 2 beats, all right? One, 2, ready. Great. So now that you heard that, you can go back and review the fingerings if you need to. But when you're ready, come back and we will play this entire thing as half notes. All right, so I want you to do the same thing. I want you to try to only take one breath in the middle, and I would like you to either take it before the top F or after it. It's up to you, wherever you can make it. But I think that's where it sounds the best. All right? So once again, I will count off. I want you to take all 4 beats of my count off to breathe in and expand like a balloon. So take a breath in your belly rather than in your chest. And I would like you to be tapping your foot and thinking about each note getting 2 beats while I'm counting in. All right, let's play it together. Flutes up. 1, 2, ready. Great. And notice that the last note, I also held it 2 beats, but I held it all the way to the end of the second beat. That's very important that you hold notes to their full value. So the reason I like playing scales and half notes is because it lets me focus on what I sound like. Am I breathing in between every note? Because remember, we don't want to be doing that. And is my sound the same on every note? Some notes will sound louder, some will sound weaker, and we want to try to use even air, and we want to use strong, fast air so that each note sounds even. That way, when I go back to playing the scale as written, I can have a better sound on shorter note values like quarter notes. Because remember, quarter notes are only 1 beat, while half notes get 2 beats. All right? So now that we've played that as half notes, let's go back and play the scale again and maybe focus on what we sound like, okay? So let's play it from the beginning. 1, just as a reminder, as written. So it'll be all quarter notes, and the last note will be half note this time, okay? 1, 2, ready. Great. As you may have heard, it's a lot easier to produce a pretty sound at the beginning. All right? So I also want to do one more exercise. I think we did this last week too, but I love doing this every time I play my scales. I like to play them staccato, so nice and short. Okay? So I will play you once as an example what this sounds like staccato. 1, 2, ready? Just like that. And I like to keep my notes separated, but I want to make sure that my note is speaking even though it's incredibly short and separated from the other notes. All right? So just to review, that articulation sounds like da, da, da. Can you say that with me? Da, da, da. Great. So as you can hear, I have the so that produces sound, but I have the clear articulation, da. There's a slight T at the end. Okay? And I want you to do that same exact thing, but with your flute and using your flute air. Let's try it together. Review it if you need to, listen again, but let's play it together. 1, 2, ready? Awesome. So, I want you to practice your scales in half notes or staccatos this week, and I want you to try to practice these for at least 10 minutes a day. Make sure you're playing all the correct fingerings and you're using good air, taking good breaths, tapping your foot along while you play, and being creative with all the different rhythms and articulations that you've already learned. All right? So thank you very much, and I hope you have a great time practicing this week.